Hi, this recording is on how to use OBS Studio. If you don't have it already installed, you can just Google OBS Studio. The first one takes you to the software, or you can just click on the download, and if you do, it'll take you right here to the 3 versions of OBS Studio that you can download. Now, this is kind of a slightly more advanced tool than using the Smart Recorder. Smart Recorder is easier and more simple, but OBS Studio works fine. When it first comes up, it comes up to a wizard, auto configuration wizard, and I went ahead and say, hey, I want to optimize for recording. If you're going to be recording your desktop, you just go through there and apply those settings. After that, OBS Studio lets you add all kinds of things, but if you're just trying to record your desktop, then I just say, hey, I want to add to a source, and I want to add a window capture. Oh, I'm sorry, display capture, and so I'm going to say desktop or whatever you want to name that, and you say OK, and then you say, well, what desktop do you want? I'm going to say the one that we're actually looking at, and say OK. And now I'm getting obviously multiple captures of myself there, but that's my desktop, and then I usually lock that so I can't accidentally move that around. You can also add other things to your desktop. I'm going to hide this for a second so it doesn't get confusing. You can add videos, images, webcams if you want to add yourself, like I do on some of my PD videos down in the bottom right hand corner. All kinds of things you can add, but if we're just trying to do a screen capture recording, that's all that we needed to do. The other thing that I like to do is to go into my settings and make some hotkeys. So I will make that if I want to start recording, maybe the F1 key, and stop recording, the F2 key. So if I have it open in my classroom, all I have to do is hit F1 to start and hit F2 to stop. Now, sometimes that might be an issue if we have a keyboard up there, and you might want to make it something even harder to hit, like Alt F1, or I'm sorry, Alt 1 and Alt 2, because I have accidentally stopped recording when I didn't want to before. You can also have it set up to automatically mute and unmute your mic. So if you don't want the audio coming through part of the time, I have a screen that I throw up that says we're doing classwork, so I know where to cut it out. You can add those kind of things in there. I'm just going to add those two for now, and you say apply and OK. Now I can minimize this and open up whatever software I normally use to teach with, whatever digital software you have. And if I hit Alt F1, or I'm sorry, I made Alt 1, it'll automatically start recording. You can see down here it says that it started recording, and then when I'm done up on my desk, I can hit Alt 2, and it automatically saves that file that I can then upload to YouTube later. If you don't know where that file is going, you can go to video, and it will, to output, and it will tell you where that file is going to right now. It defaults to your video folder, and it defaults to a specific file type that you can also say, oh no, I want all mine in MP4s, or whatever file size that you want to save them as. It doesn't really matter as far as quality and size, because as soon as I'm done uploading them and I see that they're on YouTube, I delete them anyway, so I don't keep all those videos historically. But that's all there is to OBS Studio. It's really easy, it's really powerful, it does way more, and it's completely free. And if you see it on here, you can also set it up to stream to your YouTube channel. If you want to stream your channels live, that's particularly helpful. If you have a student who's sick at home, especially with a long-term illness, we've had students before that have gone through cancer treatments that haven't been able to come to school, and you could live stream all your classes to that student, and they would then be able to participate at least in part in class. And if you did that, you could also have that YouTube channel open with a chat so they could talk back with you as well during class if you wanted to go that far with this tool. And that's OBS Studio.